The Penny Bloods podcast presents
I have seen it!
Oh, what have you seen?
The child! The phantom child!
For the umpteenth time, there are no such things as ghosts.
I know what I saw!
The Mystery of Horner's Court with Lucy Archer-Woodcock, Jonathan Brandt, Kait Feeney, Jason Greenwood, Steff Knappe, Carter MacQueen, Clive Marlowe and John Martin.
The place, London, the year 1905, and I was making my way between hansom cabs and omnibuses as I crossed the road to reach the offices of Mortimer and Hargreaves, house agents.
I say, my hat!
Oh, I do beg your pardon, sir.
Extra, read all about it! Ouch, my foot!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me buy a copy. No, make that two. Here you are.
All right, Governor. Here, are you Hargreaves the ghost hunter?
Ah, keep the change.
Cool. Thank you, Governor. Extra, read all about it!
I had, by this time, acquired quite a reputation in business circles as a buyer and investigator of houses reputed to be haunted, aided by Miss Sargent, my lady secretary, who possessed the gift of clairvoyance, and was of great assistance in probing those mysteries connected with haunted mansions.
Morning, Hargreaves.
Morning, Mortimer.
Omelette and sausages, was it this morning? Or is that simply a very flamboyant cravat?
Mrs. T, my landlady, was in a mood this morning, and I simply hadn't the time to change again, not after...
The usual deluge of coffee stains?
Oh, it's that infernal new coffee machine our husband brought her from Italy. Burns the water, if that were possible.
Good heavens. Burnt water for coffee. Well, I would linger happily on the technicalities of your morning repast, but we have been approached. That is, a fellow house agent has asked for your expertise in particular regard to haunted houses. One Horner's Court, to be precise.
Indeed.
Your reputation goes before you. It has been on their books for several years. I suggested Mr. Roseveare come and speak directly with you. We can expect him this very morning. In fact, that may well be him now.
Mortimer was correct. Before I could move or utter a word, Mr. Roseveare had come in and was being shown into my office by Miss Sargent, no less. I hurried across, wiping my cravat with my handkerchief, to learn more from our visitor, who described Horner's Court as...
18th century house situated in a northern county on the outskirts of a famous forest. Two dukes lived in the immediate neighbourhood, so the house ought to have fetched almost a fancy price, but for some reason or other, no one seemed willing to take it on.
Can you tell me anything definite about the prejudice or superstition which affects the house?
No, I can tell you very little. The current incumbent, a lady something or other, is out of the country on her second honeymoon and plans to give up the place entirely, as no tenants can be found for it. There are two servants acting as caretakers of the property, which occupies several acres, including a fine lake and several wood copses.
A business discussion followed, and it ended by my securing an option to buy the property on such nominal terms that if I could rid it of its disagreeable character, I stood to make a very substantial sum indeed. Miss Sargent! Miss Sargent?
Yes, Mr. Hargreaves?
We have reached an agreement on terms and conditions. Please bring your notebook along.
Immediately, Mr. Hargreaves.
May I venture to ask if that is the young lady who discovered the secret of the greenhouse?
I introduced him formally, not very well pleased with his presumption. Naturally, I did not wish the most valuable assistant in our office to be too friendly with a rival firm. My dictation of the terms completed, as Miss Sargent quietly withdrew to make her transcript, the fellow made so bold as to comment.
What a perfectly charming girl. I quite envy you, my dear sir.
We find Miss Sargent competent and loyal to her employers, and we do not look beyond.
Ah.
Well, I will send you round a copy of the agreement as soon as it is ready for signature.
I'm afraid you will not send it by Miss Sargent?
Insolent, malicious fellow.
Where are my bags? My bags.
Miss Sargent lost no time in asking to assist me in the mystery of Horner's Court. I agreed to summon her at once if I found any suggestion of occult influence at work. I went down 2 days later. I arrived towards dusk on an autumn day and was driven for miles along a misty road strewn with yellowing leaves. Through the rusty great iron gate, the dog-cart drove and brought me along an avenue of blackened, naked trees to a gaunt house that stood and frowned at its own reflection in a dreary, reed-grown pool. I stood on the weather-stained steps in front of the door and felt a sense of reluctance at the thought of pulling that great iron bell handle and passing under that forbidding doorway. What the devil was that?
Yes?
Good afternoon. The name's Hargreaves. I have lately made an offer on this place from Rosevere and Grimston and thought I would take a quick look round.
Yes, Mr. Hargreaves. We have been expecting you. I am Stokes, the caretaker.
I see. My bag.
Yes, allow me. This way, if you will. This is the dining room where we will serve supper. This is my wife, Mrs. Stokes, who is the housekeeper here and has just lighted the fire.
So I see. Quite a blaze. Handsome fireplace. One could fit a whole army inside. Capital, capital.
I don't know about armies, but I've made pigeon pie for supper.
Excellent, then I'll...
And a stew.
Goodness, I hope you weren't put to too much trouble on my account.
And there's a side of ham.
Good heavens, I am travelling alone, you understand?
Shall I show you to your room, Mr. Hargreaves?
And beef olives.
Yes, thank you.
This way, Mr. Hargreaves.
I made consommé too. You like my consommé?
She misses the old days when there were 12 course dinners and footmen. Oh, those were the days.
Indeed. Of acute indigestion, I should think. Stokes took me up to a room on the floor above. A room whose windows looked directly on the dismal pool.
And is this the haunted room?
No, sir, it is not. That room is on the other side of the house. And if you take my advice, you won't go near it except by daylight.
For that night, at all events, I was glad to accept his warning. After a 12-course dinner, followed by Mrs. Stokes's special trifle and something else she called a floating island, and indeed there was more floating than island, it was a relief when the cheese and biscuits were served. Mr. Stokes proved a commendable butler in terms of which wine should accompany which dish, and managed to completely avoid answering any questions relating to the house or the haunting.
I really couldn't say, sir, as I have never seen anything myself, although I have seen faces of those who have, and that was quite enough for me.
And your wife, has she seen anything?
Might I suggest you don't mention it to her, or it'll send her gravy into lumps and flatten her soufflés. She's half crazy already, and it wouldn't take much more to drive her clean off her head.
Here, drink that, and tell me what your wife has seen, if you don't want me to question her.
Thank you, Mr. Hargreaves. Well then, if I may say so, she says she has seen the phantom of a child.
A child?
Oh, yes. May I inquire if you believe in such things, sir?
Oh, I'm sure that there is some scientific explanation for a lot of what people see. Is there perhaps some legend or tradition attached to the place at all? Some past tragedy?
As to that, I couldn't say, sir. Perhaps there was talk in the village of a child that played too near the pond and drowned, or perhaps it was the mother. I'm sure I don't know. It must have happened a long time ago, if so. And if you'll excuse my saying so, the villages, well, they are generally a hotbed of superstition.
And that was that. But a stroll in the village might offer more information on my next visit. The pool was certainly a ghastly enough setting for all kinds of horrors. I retired at last to my room and glared at it from my window. The night passed uneventfully. I woke once to hear a distant howl, and put it down to foxes or dogs. Mrs. Stokes must have decided we had not feasted enough, for there was a distinct clattering of dishes in the distance, followed by another howl. Good grief! Is she feeding the foxes as well? At some point, I could have sworn the canopy of my four-poster bed was being lowered down upon me, and spent the rest of the night in a chair. When I rose in the early morning and saw the wreaths of dank mist enfolding the pool like a white shroud, I asked myself if any other ghosts were needed. I will have the pool drained.
Indeed, sir. Is it not to your liking? I hope it was nothing I said.
I don't care for rotting weeds and dead fish. Now I shall return here in 3 days' time. Send your wife to me, if you can tear her from her recipe books. I have an order to give her.
Very good, sir. She was whisked up a soufflé the second course, so there may be a delay.
Doubtless Stokes favoured expediency over etiquette, for Mrs. Stokes appeared complete with bowl and whisk and some very peaked whites of egg.
You sent for me, sir?
Take me to the haunted room, Mrs. Stokes.
What, sir?
The haunted room, Mrs. Stokes. Take me to it.
I'm thinking devil's kidneys too, if you like.
Mrs. Stokes, desist your whisking.
Eventually, she led the way upstairs to a remote wing overlooking a small garden. Who used this room in Lady Maria's time?
I'm sure I don't know.
The house is haunted by a child's ghost. This looks as if it might have been a nursery.
While Lady Maria was here, they kept mostly to the west wing.
I shall return here with a lady who can read the secrets of the dead. Have this room ready for her to pass the night in, and prepare the adjoining room for me.
Does she like Pompadour cream? I do a rare Pompadour cream.
On my return, I discovered an invitation awaiting me, written impeccably on a gilt-edged cream-white card.
You are cordially invited for dinner and a story. With kind regards, Carnacki.
It was our custom to meet, along with a few other friends, Jessup, Arkwright and Taylor, for a meal and one of Carnacki's tales. These were always good for an evening's entertainment. Besides, I wished to consult him on this new case of my own.
It was some time ago that the thing happened. I was living with my mother when it occurred, in a small house just outside of Appledorn, on the south coast. We had been living there for 2 years, and in the whole of that time there had not been a single peculiar happening to worry us. And then... Bless me, it's 2 in the morning. Yes, Mother, I know it's late. I shall go to bed directly. I must hurry. What is that smell? Her door was open. Good night, Mother. Shall I close the door? She must have fallen asleep. I'll just close it for her. By the way, Mother, I closed the door for you when you had dropped off.
Dropped off? I do wish you wouldn't use slang, dear. It confuses me so. But I don't understand. I remember closing my door before going to bed.
Yes, and then you got up to summon me to bed. I admit it was 2 in the morning and you rapped on the banister, just as you did the night before.
Oh, you must have been asleep and dreaming in your chair. I never woke up once.
Oh, then you must have been sleepwalking, Mother, for I heard your door open. My late-night habit had grown so upon you, it has caused you to call me in your sleep.
Oh, you foolish boy. I certainly did not. It must have been the mice.
Must have been pretty big mice to open the door.
I can't have latched it properly.
The next night, there came a further development. About 2:30 a.m., I heard my mother's door open, just as on the previous night. I shan't be long. I wonder if she's walking in her sleep after all. As I went to the stairs, I got a sudden nasty sort of thrill. For it came to me all at once that my mother never knocked when I sat up too late. She always called. You will understand I was not frightened in any way, only vaguely uneasy, and pretty sure she must really be doing the thing in her sleep. Her door is open again. She's sleeping. She must be walking in her sleep. There is it again! It was that vague, queer, mildewy smell in the room. I had smelt it the night before in the passage. I was definitely uneasy now, and began to search my mother's room.
What is it? Is that you, Thomas?
Oh, it's only me, Mother, and I am fearfully sorry to have awakened you. But it happened again.
What happened again?
Why, your door opening, the rapping on the banister. Then, when I came up, I saw you were asleep. The fact that it has happened twice in a row has made me a little nervous, so I thought I would take a look round, just to feel satisfied.
What a disagreeable smell! You feel there's something wrong?
I don't know. I can't understand it, unless you've been really walking about in your sleep.
Oh, the smell!
Yes, that's what puzzles me too. I'll take a walk through the house, but I don't suppose it's anything. I lit her candle, and taking the lamp, I went all over the house, including the cellars, which was a little trying to the nerves, seeing that I was more nervous than I would admit. Well, there's really nothing to bother about.
Good. But I wonder what you would have heard, for I am convinced I did not walk in my sleep. I never have, you know.
And the door?
The latch.
It certainly sneaks a bit, and old would work for the rest of it, I suppose. Unless it's mice. I heard one squeaking in the cellars.
But what about the smell?
Could it be from the garden? Your window is open.
Oysters, you say? Perhaps. Then there's a little churchyard as well.
Well, I shall away to my bed.
Good, and no staying up late working now.
Yes, Mother. And so we quietened down, and finally I went to bed and to sleep. We talked it over breakfast again, and agreed that we had begun to imagine funny things in the backs of our minds, which now we felt half ashamed to admit. This is very strange when you come to look into it, but very human. And then, that night...
Thomas?
Yes. Are you all right?
Yes. The noise startled me awake is all.
And that disgusting smell is back in the passage. And in here.
Where are you going?
Downstairs.
I'm coming too. It's all right. I have a poker with me.
So I see, Mother. I shall make do with the old bayonet from my room. The horrible smell was strong everywhere, but especially so in the downstairs passage. I begged my mother not to come, but she insisted, and I was very glad to have her with me, as you will understand. Downstairs, we found all the doors wide open, although the outer doors and the windows were closed all right, and everywhere was the taint of that disgusting odour. Of course, it was absurd to make believe any longer. There was something strange about the house, and as soon as it was daylight, I set my mother to packing, and soon after breakfast, I saw her off by train.
Well, Mr. Carnacki, I'm very sorry to hear that you've had these disturbances. All I can tell you is that some 12 or more years ago, the house you was occupying at present acquired a rather curious reputation and remained empty a long while. In the end, I let it at low rent to Captain Tobias, on condition that he should hold his tongue, if he saw anything peculiar, that is. My idea was to free the house from these tales of something queer by keeping a tenant in it, and then to sell it for the best price I could get. However, when Captain Tobias left after 10 years' tenancy, there was no longer any talk about the house.
So, when I offered to take it on a 5 years lease...
I jumped at the offer.
And what can you tell me about the strange happenings in the house, then?
Well, the tenants had talked about a woman who always moved about the house at night. Some tenants never saw anything, but others would not stay out the first month's tenancy. But as far as I know, no tenant ever complained about knockings or door slamming. As for the smell, well, I'm sure I don't know what you could be alluding to there, sir. I've never had complaints about drains, ever.
Oh, I'm sure it is nothing like that. But I do suggest you calm down and spend the night at the house with me. Rest assured, I shall keep the whole business quiet and try to get to the bottom of the curious affair.
Most assuredly I shall. And as I am anxious to keep the rumour of the haunting from getting out, I shall be grateful for your discretion. And when I come, I shall make some tests to make sure the drains are not in some way concerned after all. Nothing to report in the living room, dining room, kitchen, pantry.
Likewise. Nothing untoward the other floor. And the drains?
Tested. The drainage is in perfect order.
For my part, I never thought it was the drains. Meanwhile, I have borrowed these 2 dark lanterns from the superintendent at the police station, which we can light once we begin the hunt.
I shall fetch my gun. Have you something?
The sword bayonet shall serve me. When the landlord got back, we sat talking in my study until nearly midnight. There, that's the lanterns lit. I shall take this one and you have this one.
Thank you.
And let us proceed upstairs. Once upstairs, we placed the lanterns, gun and bayonet handy on the table. Then I shut and sealed the bedroom doors. Afterward, we took our seat and turned off the lights. I don't know about you, but I have a feeling something is about to happen. Be ready with your lantern.
What's that?
As I reached for my lantern, the darkness suddenly took on a dull violet color, and then came a little naked child, running. In an extraordinary way, it seemed as if the violet light came from the child. The child went past me, running, but in an absolute and inconceivable silence through the table. The child! The child!
The woman!
I saw the child jump to one side and hide. I stared intently with wonder and fear, fright making gooseflesh on my back. And even as I stared, I perceived two dark clouds over a part of the table.
The woman!
What woman? Where? I saw the child peeping out, then it came out and ran headlong away through the wall of my mother's bedroom.
The woman! The woman!
The passage showed empty.
Oh, did you see her? 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 Did you see her?
I picked up my lantern and turned on the light. I shone it at the seals upon the doors, but none were broken. I sent the light to and fro, up and down the passage, but there was nothing. And I turned to the landlord. As my light passed over his face, I noted that it was drenched with sweat.
Did you see her? Did you see her? Did you see her?
I did not see any woman.
But did you see her? You didn't see her. You didn't see her, but I did. She came from the end of the passage and went past us.
What did she look like?
Oh, I cannot describe her. Only that she kept stopping and looking about her, even at the wall close beside me, as if looking for something. But she did not seem to see me at all. She did not see me. She did not see me.
I think you should be very glad she did not see you.
She did not see me.
What did it all mean, was the question. Somehow I was not so frightened as utterly bewildered. He had seen a woman searching for something. I had not seen this woman. I had seen a child running and hiding from something. He had not seen the child, only the woman. What did it all mean? What was the woman searching for? What was the child running from? Oh, there! The smell! Do you smell it?
Yes!
Come on! I led the way downstairs, shining my light into the lower passage and at the doors, for I had closed and latched them, placing a corner of her mat against each door, so I should know which had been opened. None of these doors have been opened. Let's see, what about the door to the cellar? Wait! Look here. See? The mat is flat.
Oh, I see.
And look here. The floor has wet patches.
They're footsteps.
Not an ordinary footprint either, but a flabby, spreading imprint that gave me a feeling of an extraordinary horror. Look. Look. They lead to each of the closed doors.
They're everywhere.
It's all right. Here, give me the gun. Damnation, give it to me, for heaven's sake! It was the constable at the door. Fortunately, he knew me. Then Inspector Johnston came up the path. Seeing lights and the open door, I told him as briefly as possible and showed him the queer, wet footprints and the cellar door mat.
Right, Constable, guard the door to the cellar. Now, Mr. Carnacki, might we have the all light lit?
Certainly.
Here, Constable, give me your lantern. Now, sirs, let us try the front room first. Nobody here. But look here, sirs, what are these?
The same footprints. And that smell again. The inspector searched carefully. There was nothing in the rooms, or the kitchen, or pantry, but everywhere went footmarks, showing plainly. And always there was the smell.
Extraordinary. Are there windows to the cellar?
No, and there is no way out except by the door.
Let us return to the cellar. Constable Jenkins?
Yes, sir.
Found anything yet?
No, not so much found, sir, as seen.
What? Oh, speak up!
Well, a woman came along here, sir, and went through this here door.
Oh, speak up!
A woman came along and went through this here door.
What? Have you been drinking, Constable?
No, sir.
No, sir. Well, I hope you had the door open politely for the lady.
The door weren't open, sir.
Are you mad?
No, he isn't. I saw the woman upstairs.
I'm afraid, Inspector Johnstone, that there's more in this than you think. I certainly saw some very extraordinary things upstairs. What were the feet like? I received no answer, for the inspector was ordering the constable to open the cellar door, and the man was not obeying. At last, in a queer automatic way, the man pushed the door open.
My God, what a stench! And see here, on each step, footprints. And look here, on the top step.
I don't want to disgust you, but the thing we looked at was a maggot. The policeman backed suddenly out of the doorway.
The churchyard, at the back of the house.
Silence! Have you any weapons?
Your gun.
Over here.
Cartridge? Come on.
I ain't coming, sir.
Come on!
No, sir, no! I won't go down in the cellar.
We all crowded into the front cellar, flashing our lights to and fro. The footmarks went all round the cellar, into all the corners and across the floor. And I thought suddenly of the child that was running away from something. In the third cellar, the prince ended at the shallow well that had been the old water supply of the house. The well was full to the brim, and the water so clear that the pebbly bottom was plainly to be seen in the light of our lanterns. The search came to an abrupt end, and we stood about the well, looking at one another in an absolute horrible silence.
Nothing here, save for that dreadful stench. I think... The fellow's in shock. Might I trouble you to give him a glass of whiskey?
With pleasure. I believe we could all do with some. After we had given Johnston's man his whiskey, the inspector sent him on his beat. Johnston stayed a short while with the landlord and me, and it was arranged that he would join us again the following night, and watch the well with us from midnight to dawn. Then he left us, just as the dawn was coming in. The landlord and I locked up the house, and went over to his place for a sleep. And you understand what I want, that it must be in 2 parts.
Let me see. You need a great cage like a parrot, only 7 foot high with no bottom. Am I right so far?
Correct, and 4 feet across, but to get the thing into the house.
You'll need it in 2 halves, or you'll never get it through the door. Like this?
Exactly so.
Good. Give me until noon and I'll have it ready for you.
I thank you. Oh, and here is the address, as I shall need you to bring the pieces so you can fix them together on the spot.
I see. Very good, Mr. Carnacki. I shall see to it.
Meanwhile, I went to the ironmonger's to buy ropes, an iron rack pulley, and 2 pitchforks. As soon as the cage arrived and had been fitted together in the cellar, I sent away the smith, and the landlord and I suspended it over the well. After a lot of trouble, we managed to hang it so perfectly central that when it hoisted to the ceiling and dropped, it went every time plunk into the well, like a candle extinguisher. At 10 o'clock, I had everything arranged, with the 2 pitchforks and the 2 police lanterns, also some whiskey and sandwiches. Just gone 11. I wonder if... Aha! That will be the inspector. Good to see you, Inspector.
Evening, Mr. Carnacki. I took the liberty of bringing along Thompson, one of my plainclothes men.
Excellent, excellent. Do come in. There. And now, if you will follow me, gentlemen, I shall explain what I have in mind. I shall lock and seal the front door. Then, once we are in the cellar, I shall do the same with the door there.
Lock and seal that one too, sir.
Indeed. We all took our seats and talked quietly, whilst we made a light supper with whiskey and sandwiches, after which I took one of the pitchforks and handed the other to the inspector, and then I went round the cellar and put out every lamp. I suggest we keep an absolute silence throughout the watch, and no lanterns should be turned on until I give the word.
Right you are, Mr. Carnacki.
About 1:30, however, I was conscious again of the same extraordinary and peculiar nervousness which I had felt on the previous night. I put my hand out quickly and eased the hitched rope to the cage from around the pillar. A minute later, I noticed the darkness change colour, and it grew slowly violet-tinted. In the direction of the well, I saw again a little naked child running and seeming to be in the violet night in which it ran.
The child! The woman!
A woman?
Where?
Over by the well!
I can see only the child.
A child? That's a child. What's it doing?
It is crouching down, hiding, I think. It seems to be peering around. No, wait. It is running from the table.
What's it doing now?
It has paused. It is looking back again. Oh, there it goes.
Hush! Smell!
Watch out! Now, open your lanterns and shine them on the cage.
Good heavens.
What on earth is that?
Why, it's
a leg of mutton, no less. And who is that coming out of the well?
Why, it's Captain Tobias.
Where's this damn trap?
And the sight of the soggy captain holding the leg of mutton as far from him as possible, holding his nose against the smell and saying, "Live thing, damn trap, quick!" Well, after the inspector and his men got the fellow out of the cage, and we'd given him the rest of the whiskey, all became clear. As you will remember, it was a Captain Tobias who had been the previous tenant. Now this captain left rather suddenly, and now we learned why.
Right. It were like this. I was caught smuggling, and well, had to go away for a while. I got free a couple of weeks ago and came back here. And what do I find? New tenants in me old home. So, I came in through the well, as you saw.
And then How did you come to be in my mother's room? It was you, wasn't it?
Aye, that it were. Easy. See, I come up by a little stairway in the cellar wall, which opens at the top through a panel beside your mother's bedroom.
Good heavens, how?
The panel opens, then when you turn the left doorpost of the bedroom door, see, that makes the bedroom door unlatched.
Which explains the mouldy smell. It came from the secret stairwell.
Aye, and the leg of mutton.
We found a maggot on the stairs. We thought it was a frightful manifestation.
Oh, did you now? Oh, that leg of mutton was fair rotten. I had no idea it had dropped maggots.
And the slamming doors.
Aye, that were me and all. And I seed how you'd set the mats against the doors.
Oh, did you indeed?
So I walked across the rooms in wet socks to leave 'em wet foot marks, slammed the doors, and set the mats back as I found them.
Right.
And the wrapping?
The panel had warped, and each time he opened it, it made a cracking noise. This had been evidently what I mistook for wraps.
But why was he there at such an hour? He surely knew it was inhabited.
He would not give his reason for entering the house, but it was pretty obvious that he had hidden something which he wanted to get to avoid being caught. He decided to try to drive us out, relying on the bad reputation of the house and his own artistic efforts as a ghost. I must say he succeeded. He intended to rent the house again, as before, and would then, of course, have plenty of time to get whatever he had hidden. In fact, he offered to take the house off my hands, and as this suited both me and the landlord, it was decided that no steps should be taken against him, and that the whole business should be hushed up.
But what about the other strange occurrences? The sightings of the child and the woman?
I asked the captain about that, whether he had ever seen anything. He said yes, that he had twice seen a woman going about the house. We all looked at one another when the captain said that. He told us she never bothered him, and that he had only seen her twice, and on each occasion it had followed a narrow escape from the revenue people.
So that explains nearly everything?
Nearly everything. It was obvious there was something genuinely strange in the house, which made itself manifest as a woman, seen by different people. Yet it seems extraordinary that I should have lived 2 years in the house and seen nothing, whilst the policeman saw the woman before he had been there 20 minutes. The landlord, the detective, and the inspector all saw her. I can only surmise that fear was in every case the key which opened the senses of the presence of the woman. People saw her when they became truly frightened. Such a theory could explain why some tenants were never aware of anything strange in the house, whilst others left immediately.
The child. Can you explain that part at all? Why you didn't see the woman and why they didn't see the child? Was it merely the same force, appearing differently to different people?
No, I can't explain that. But perhaps you have hit upon the answer. Come, a glass of something for the road.
It was time for the party to break up. But before leaving, I managed to have a quiet word with Carnacki about Horner's Court. For there were elements that struck me as similar, and I wished to have his opinion.
But my dear Hargreaves, I should be delighted to join you. Indeed, from what you tell me, it sounds the most intriguing of cases. I take it that excellent Miss Sargent shall be there too?
Yes, in fact, she asked to assist me in the investigation, and of course I should find her gift invaluable. We travelled together in a compact group of 4. Miss Sargent, her mother, Mrs. Sargent, Carnacki with his nose stuck in a peerage, and I doing battle with surplus sticks of luggage, and Mr. Tibbs, of course.
Meow. And where is my housebook?
On the luggage rack, Mamma, beside the hamper.
And the coffee machine?
Inside the Gladstone bag under the seat, Mamma. Did you wish for coffee now?
No, I think not. I think I will read now.
Coffee machine?
I tried to leave it behind, but it was that or the whole tea service.
We must be grateful for small messes.
Meow.
Why, hello, my dear Mr. Tibbs. And how are you?
So you are awake, Carnacki, after all.
Indeed I am. Allow me to share with you what I have discovered about the absentee resident of Horner's Court.
By all means.
Very well, then. Lady Maria Cruikshank is sister of the Earl of Gaythorpe, and her present residence is in Florence, Italy. I also happen to have a cutting from the society pages of her first marriage.
Good heavens, what was that?
I put it down to foxes.
Good day to you, Mr. Hargreaves.
Good day to you, Mr. Stokes. As you see, I have returned with my sister, Miss Sargent, her mother, Mr. Carnacki, and, yes, Mr. Tibbs, the cat.
I see. Allow me to assist you with your luggage.
Mrs. Stokes, I take it, is busy in the kitchen?
Oh, indeed. Mrs. Stokes is in her element. I believe syllabub and pistachio cream are involved.
We were shown to the room where we set up a couch for Miss Sargent and an armchair for Mrs. Sargent, who was going to watch over her daughter. Mr. Tibbs took an interest in the surroundings and began exploring on his own account. Tea was served downstairs in the long dining room that also overlooked the pool. Carnacki took an interest in the pool.
It is indeed an object of curiosity, Hargreaves. I quite agree with you about draining it. I also have plans to visit the village.
Not today, surely.
No time like the present. You never know what may be discovered in the old local tavern.
Ah, that traditional hotbed of gossip. Well, as long as you are here by the evening.
Oh, you may count on me for that. Good heavens! But what is that?
Mrs. Stokes having another commotion, I do believe. Carnacki would not be convinced, and I owe to having felt a little curiosity myself. So we went to investigate, and found Mrs. Stokes all of a pother, as she put it, with several sturdy pots and pans lying in disarray on the kitchen floor. It transpired that they had
fallen all about me all of a sudden.
Most suddenly, most unexpectedly, and quite
calamitous it was.
And with that, she threw her apron over her head and retired, slamming the door firmly behind her.
What with things flying about at night and food missing and the shadows flitting and it is all too much. My meringues!
What on earth was that?
What on earth indeed? Come, let us search it out. We tackled the first floor, for it seemed the laughter came from there, although Carnacki thought it might have come from the old gallery in the dining room. We found nothing, however, and applied to Mrs. Stokes for more information on her sightings. Although still all of a pother, she did recall...
I reckon it's another phantom. I seen a tall figure, all in white, the other evening, standing on the landing. Gave me such a fright when it raised its arms and...
Yes?
All overcome I am. It raised its arms and...
Yes, Mrs. Stokes, what happened next?
Boo!
What?
What?
It said boo! And vanished.
How did it vanish?
I don't know, I am sure. I gave such a start my candle went out and I screamed and Mr. Stokes came and by the time he went out with the lantern there was nothing there?
Of course there wasn't.
Mrs. Stokes, you mentioned the figure you saw was tall.
Yes, indeed.
So, not the phantom child, which you have seen previously?
No, this is another one. Most definitely not a child.
We decided we must wait to see what the night might reveal. Carnacki went for a stroll into the village. I walked about the grounds and took a closer look at the pool on my return. I wondered what dark mysteries it concealed beneath its waters. If what Stokes said of village legend were true, and whether there might be some horrid discovery to be made in its waters. The sun was setting, throwing an unsettling soft light across the scene. As I turned back to the house, something caught my eye. A figure, indistinct, of a pale outline. It was so brief I wondered if I had imagined it. The shadows swallowed it up. I called out and gave chase, but an unearthly howl stopped me in my tracks. I heard running footsteps behind me. It was Carnacki. Did you see it too?
I saw something. Come, let us give chase.
I think it has gone already.
Pshaw! It's headed for the house, I am certain. Quickly! It must be inside the house already.
Mrs. Stokes! Mrs. Stokes!
Oh, my meringues! Oh, my pork pies!
Did you see it again?
Yes! Yes, I saw it!
Where did it go?
Stokes! Stokes? Where are you, man?
Here, Mr. Hargreaves! Good heavens! What has happened now?
I saw it again, Mr. Stokes! I saw it again!
I fear, gentlemen, it will be burnt flambe and exploding meringues for dinner again.
Mrs. Stokes, please try to remember. Which way did it go?
Oh, I don't know. I was in such a state.
Meow.
Mr. Tibbs. Mr. Tibbs.
Mr. Tibbs was sitting facing the wall in the further corner of the kitchen, purring. He gave the air of a cat that has been petted and fed, perhaps by Mrs. Stokes, and yet he sat staring at the wall intently. As I approached, he walked up and patted at the wall experimentally.
As you see, Mr. Tibbs understands what we do not. Let us begin tapping. Aha! You see? It opens.
Oh, my good lord!
A secret panel. Mrs. Stokes, where does this lead?
I have no idea, Mr. Hargreaves. I'm sore.
Mr. Tibbs, where are you going now?
Without waiting for us, Mr. Tibbs bounded through the opening in the wall, as if leading the way. We followed a little more cautiously.
Look! Another door! Does it open? It does!
We're in the old gallery. Mr. Tibbs was already at the further end of the gallery, meowing and following something or someone. It is most usual, from the little I have seen of phantom behaviour, for the ghost in question to simply fade or walk through solid walls. It is less usual for the spectral entity to get tangled up in its own bedsheet and trip over a cat.
I have it!
What is this? A sheet! Off with it!
Here! And our resident phantom is...
My goodness gracious! Master Freer!
What larks, eh? Eh, Mrs. Stokes? I'll wager you never thought it was me.
Oh, my goodness! Master Albert! How could you? My meringues!
Allow me to introduce Monsieur Poltergeist, also known as Master Albert Aloysius Freer, only son of Lady Maria Freer, now Lady Crookshank.
I say, Mater's not here, is she? I'll be in such hot water if she finds out.
Finds out what, young man?
That I'd been sent down from college, at least until the end of term. She doesn't want Colonel Crookshank to find out about me, at least not yet.
About you? Look here, do you mean to say your father is unaware of your existence?
Rather. Doesn't care for the youth of today. Of course, once I finish varsity, I should be all right. but not a word before then. Only, well, they were in Italy, so I thought it would be all right if I sneaked in here for the time being.
So it was you crashing about the kitchens at midnight, and prowling the grounds in a white sheet, and howling at the moon?
Crashing about? I should say so. Everybody thought I was a ghost. Good fun, what? I'd got Mrs. Stokes leaving food out to placate the phantom terror. Such a good wheeze. Only now, of course, it would all come out.
I see.
This matter with your mother perhaps we can resolve. However, all you have said so far does not explain the child phantom which Mrs. Stokes saw, unless you can account for it somehow.
I say, do you mean there really is a ghost here after all? How topping!
We shall see. My assistant, Miss Sargent, is a sensitive soul, and we shall be on watch tonight to see what she can discover in her trance.
Oh, I say, a séance! How absolutely ripping! Do say I can join in.
Well...
You would be most welcome, Master Albert, and indeed you know this house much better than us, which could be of great help.
Of course, Carnacki's main motive for keeping Albert in our company was in order to keep him under our eye, and so from creating further havoc, if he were with us, he explained later.
If he is with us, then he cannot be performing as the ghost.
After a gargantuan dinner, during which Mrs. Stokes served no fewer than 16 dishes, we made our replete way upstairs to settle Mrs. and Miss Sargent to the haunted room. Carnacki and I took chairs outside in the corridor where we waited, and waited, and waited.
Hargreaves! Hargreaves!
What?
Did you hear it? And look, the door is opening.
I say!
Hush!
Shh! Owen Sargent stood on the threshold, her face drawn with wonder and dismay, and her eyes fixed in the unseeing gaze I had learnt to know and dread. Behind stood her mother, with a finger uplifted.
I shall find him yet.
Very well, do not wake her. We must just follow her where she goes.
Perhaps he tripped and fell.
Where is she going?
Not sure. Keep following, don't lose sight of her. See, she goes to the main door.
But I know.
No, she isn't.
And I shall find him.
She's turning away now.
The drawing room.
She's going to the conservatory.
But they don't play.
There was barely light enough for us to follow her without stumbling against the furniture and the wooden shelves in the glasshouse. But the sleeper moved on surely, without a mistake, to a glass door at the end leading into the grounds.
I told him. Lost. He is lost.
It is locked!
The key is gone. May we break the lock?
Allow me!
Gentlemen, please, you shall wake up.
Just a minute. No, all is well. She's still asleep. See, she's going out onto the lawn. There's a path. Come on.
She's going into the pond.
It's all right. I have you now. Come back. This way.
What was that?
Did you hear it? Did you hear the splash?
Look at the water. It is rippling.
Come along, my dear. Let us get you back inside.
Where am I? What happened?
We'll tell you all about it in the morning. Sleep for now.
This is excellent bacon. Would you like some, Miss Sargent?
Why, thank you, Mr. Carnacki, and some toast.
By the way, Carnacki, how did your visit to the village go?
Oh, yes, why, I had almost forgotten. It was in fact most productive. Now, it seems that some 200 or 300 years ago, a child that was playing with the other children in these grounds disappeared and could not be found. The poor mother, distraught, took to sleepwalking, and they found her one morning floating in the pool, quite drowned.
That could explain the splash we heard.
And ever since, there have been tales of the phantom child running and the phantom mother searching.
I'm afraid I did not hear any splash, nor do I remember any dreams.
That is all to the good. More tea?
I think I will, thank you, Mr. Hargreaves.
Mr. Tibbs, come along, it's time to go home.
And indeed, it was. Later on, I had the pool properly drained, and the skeleton of a child was discovered, wrapped in the wretched weeds that plagued those stagnant waters. The remains were buried in the grave of the mother, in the village churchyard, since when there has been no further talk of phantom children or mothers haunting Horner's Court. This condition fulfilled, I was able to sell the property at considerable profit. I am happy to relate that after a discreet telegram sent to Italy, Lady Crookshank was reunited with her son, before packing him off on a continental tour with a personal tutor. When last heard of, he was planning a circumference of the globe in 80 days in a hot air balloon.
I say, what larks, eh? Ha ha! Open the bubbly!
Oh gosh, lovely. Oh, very exciting. Wonderful. Hooray! That was The Mystery of Horner's Court with Lucy Archer-Woodcock, Jonathan Brandt, Kait Feeney, Jason Greenwood, Steff Knappe, Carter MacQueen, Clive Marlowe and John Martin.